Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna have another fun planting day. I wasn't planning on doing a fall-like look here in my front garden bed, but we had some heavy rains and they totally kind of wiped out my petunias. They're done, they're tired, they've lived their life, and so I'm gonna pull these out today, plant some pansies with spring in mind and also fall, because I could not help myself. I went back to get a few pansies and found these pansies that I think will be perfect in fall and spring. And maybe as my tulips start to grow, I might pull some that might not look good with some of the other things I have, but I think it will. I don't know. We'll just decide that when spring comes. But let me show you what I have. We've got the front porch looking fun in fall. I went with the pink and the orange this year, which I have done several times. Love pink and orange combination. So here's what we have in here. We have these Tiara Pink Super Tunias, and they just got kind of smashed down, and I'm just ready to take them out. I was gonna leave them in here as long as I could, but they're just looking tired and a little ratty. And so I think it's time to just pull these out and plant some fun things in here. We also had the Angelonia Angel Face White in here, and I loved those. They do get a little floppy, especially with the rain, but as you can see, they kind of bloom up on the side, even if they lay down a little bit. So I've just been cutting them back all summer, and then they'll give me another sprout. So they've been really fun. You can see the ones that were in full sun. This is kind of a part sun area. They got quite a bit taller and are a little happier. But I am ready to just come and pull some of this out. I think I'm even gonna pull out some alyssum because everything's just looking overgrown, and I'm ready for just kind of a crisp look. So we're gonna be doing that today. I'm gonna cut back my blue skywalker perennials as well because they've pretty much reached their peak. I can see it be on there though. There's a few flowers left. And then I'm gonna trim up my boxwoods and make them look real nice and tidy. Yeah, I have a few more over here. I might kind of tidy up my yews a little bit, and then we'll just plant some fun things in here. I really wanted to go for the pink this year, and when I was at the garden center, I found some kind of pinky, rosy toned pansies that will look pretty here too. First, before I show you, I wanted to mention that I have some tulip bulbs that I hope are still in here. This is an area where sometimes they can kind of just rot out too, because it does stay kind of wet sometimes, and then it doesn't always get the hot sun. So as we dig around, and I hope they do come back. I had the Mount Tacoma, I had the Big Love Pink, and I had some peach daffodils. So it was kind of like light pinks, white, and peach, and then some bonus red, which I didn't really love. And as soon as those bloom early this spring, they were like the first to bloom in this area, I'm gonna pull those out because I don't want the red. But I'm hoping that the bulbs are still in there. If they're not, come here, Piper. Then I'll come in here this spring and plant some more because I definitely want to have that same kind of color going on. So we had peach, pink, white, and kind of soft yellows, which was really pretty. I was just going to plant white. So I have the white here, and they're so pretty. And this is what I did last year, and I just did little bunches of them, but then I saw these and I was like, oh my gosh, those are so pretty for fall. I love them. Oh my goodness. And I think they'd even be pretty in spring. And I love how they have that kind of rusty terracotta shade. I don't know, really pretty. There was only 3 of these left. So I actually grabbed one of these, and I thought this will be fine with it. I thought that would be fine. I just wanted a little bit more of that. And this will be my color for fall. And of course spring, and I think these colors will all look really good with what I have going on with my tulips. And then I wanted to get some yellow to have a little bit more yellow in the base, and these kind of soften to this paler yellow. Let's see if I can find the tag of each of these. So these are Matrix Rose. These are like just the rose tone ones. And then this mix right here, Delta Speedy Rose Medley. And then these yellow ones are the Matrix Lemon, which I have planted. I planted these in my backyard last year. And then these I loved. Oh my goodness, I've been trying to find these, and I had some. So I got them, and I think these will be cute in there too. Just all of that mixed together. And then these I was gonna plant in the back of my, let's see how these look together. These are the Rose Medley. Colossus Rose Medley from a different garden center, and I was going to plant them in my pots in the back because some of my Japanese pansies died, but I think these will be pretty mixed in there too. So I'm just going to do those here because I wanted a little more color. And then, yeah, and then we'll have these. And I just think, let's see, let's look at all these together. Won't that be such a pretty combo with all these? I'm loving it. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna plop in some cabbages in between just to have a little bit of something. These were on sale. They were like half off at the garden center. So I picked them up and they're beautiful. I've never planted cabbages really in the ground, maybe a little bit, but not like 4 in a row. And I think that would be so pretty in front of my use. So I'll probably do like one here, one here, one here, and one here, just to add a little bit of interest. But I am working around tulip bulbs, so I need to be a little bit careful. And hopefully I'll come upon a few just so that I know they're still in there. But yeah, so let's get going and get this ready for fall and spring. How fun is that? Okay, I just wanted to see what that looked like. I think that'll be cute. I just have to be careful with bulbs. I'm a little nervous about digging holes for these. I decided to keep the Angelonia in for now, just because it's still blooming and it's pretty, and I cleaned it up and it adds some height. So be careful. I ended up pulling out quite a few of these alyssum because they start to look messy, and I like that this grass just looks clean here now. I might even pull out this one. We'll see. There's kind of a big space right here, so I left 2 in there. But I might have enough pansies to bring a few down here, so we'll see. But that looks really good. Boxwoods are all cleaned up and look nice. Oh, I love it when it's cleaned up. Looks so much better. The yews are cleaned up, so let's get planting now. I wanted to show you guys what I did out here too. While I was at the garden center, I picked up a few pumpkins because every time I come out here and look at this, I feel like it just needs a little something for fall. So I bought these pumpkins and I set them just on the edge of both of my containers right here and right here, so it's perfect and it's just tucked in, and I think that adds so much. I did it on both of those. I think I want to center this one a little more. Yeah, it just looks so cute. And then I added this little pumpkin here. Trying not to crush things, but having just a little pop. I liked these green and yellow ones. I'll just have that on the edge there, and I might even add a few little white ones. Wouldn't that be cute? So we'll see. I mean, not a ton of people come back here, especially this time of year, but you guys see it. And it's cute, and I might tuck something under this to kind of have it lean forward, or maybe I'll scoot it a little forward. I don't know how that will affect the pansies behind it. I think they'll be fine, but I just like that. It just needed something in the middle here for sure. But that's so cute. I love that. Now that feels more fall for sure. Adorable. Okay, I got that all done. I got it done about an hour ago. I just thought I'd let the sun go down a little bit so you could see the colors a little bit more. And there's quite a bit of color. It's gonna be really pretty though, but I'm kind of picky about color. It's what I think about, but aren't these so pretty for fall? I really hope we get some good growth. It's supposed to be kind of chilly the next couple days, but I'll just show you some of these because they're kind of soggy. But what I did is I made sure I had the white really spread out and the yellow, because those are the ones that I'll keep in the spring. And I can decide in the spring if I want to keep the pink and kind of the mauve terracotta shades. But I think for the most part, I'm just going to want white and yellow. So I just made sure I had those spread out evenly, and I worked my way over here to here, and then I actually had enough white to do here and to do a few down there at the end. So it should be really nice in the spring, especially with those pops of white and yellow. And then with those other colors, we'll get to enjoy it for the fall. So it's the first time I've kind of done a mix of both. We'll see how I like it. You can't know if you like it unless you try it. And I mean, these are really pretty. And I put like a double, see these were like sorbet splotch or something. And I put them in pairs for the most part along the edges. So that one's a single though, but I have pair and then a few pairs here and one right there too, because that will be really nice to have those on the edge because they just add a little bit of pop of dark in the center. And those I'll keep for spring too. So we'll just see how it goes this winter. It's going to be all under snow. We're not really going to see it. And it's quite a bit of color now. I have to admit I'm kind of missing the pink, but it was getting tired and done. And this is just going to be something new and fresh. And it looks so much better with the boxwoods cleaned up. And then these ones here, like just cleaned up. It just gets kind of wild, and I just want something a little calmer as we change seasons. So super cute. I also came over here and I had pulled the flowers out about a week ago of these because they were getting kind of gross. These are just looking so nice and dark green. I wish I knew the variety of these. I'm not sure. They do get kind of bronze in the winter, but this is their third year and they're just looking so pretty. But I trimmed those up a little bit to make them look nice, and that's been really nice too. So cute. Okay, but that's it. I showed you that little part in the back that I did too, adding some pumpkins into those pots. Next step out here is to get my Halloween porch going, which will be really fun. I think I do want to do another branch arch. We'll see. I have not had time to go get any branches. We'll see if I have time to do that next week because I'm going out of town again this weekend. That'll be a next week project. And you guys can check that out on my channel. It's last year's Halloween porch decor video. It's turned out super cute. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.